are live with OG Sticc Hyde. Get your blunts ready. Get your drink ready. It's about to go down.
Sometimes you just gotta be mindful what you say. And when you say something, you gotta stand on your word and never hold your hands. We don't talk that gangster talk, man, we do. Stand on your word, don't hide your head, we'll make you prove. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers. We don't talk that gangster talk, man, we do. Stand on your word, don't hide your head, we'll make you prove. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers. Broad daylight, still acting. Speaking for the members of the cactus. We really put switches on these hammers. We don't talk, we do the dirty, evade the slammer. Talking heavy on these show on where your movie. Words dancing on your tongue with no movement. We don't talk that gangsta talk, we make you prove it. I'm from the block, you know I keep a couple shooters. Open to the block, him, get a roof.
The nightmare on Elm Street, I think I'm pretty cool.
I could kill him in my sleep, man, so who ready to lose? Yeah, so who ready to lose? We don't talk that gangsta talk, man, we do. Stand on your word, don't hide your head, we'll make you prove. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers. We don't talk that gangsta talk, man, we do. Stand on your word, don't hide your head, we'll make you prove. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers.
It's a new year and I'm tired of shit. 2024, sitting at the top of the pick. No more talking. Yup, I'm big body and shit. Hot topic if you want, and I'm lining your shit. Clip barred up, yup, send the baddest at this. Took a couple L's, so I decided to flip. Heard what y'all said, so I got disrespectful as shit. For anybody stepping for the W, I'm taking that shit. 718, yup, the shit on my hip. And then these such shit, Miss B, yup, she off in your tip. Can't get how you choose them. Brooklyn Bree, keep it moving. Piff in the ear, whip on auto movement.
We don't talk that gangsta talk, man, we do. Stand on your word, don't hide your head, we'll make you prove. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers. We don't talk that gangsta talk, man, we do. Stand on your word, don't hide your head, we'll make you prove. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers.
Your guy Sticc Hyde up in here. I know y'all was expecting the Ox as regularly scheduled on Thursday, but my guy Jay Reese has something important to do today, and change plans. Change the plans, and he got live with your guy OG Sticc Hyde, but we still have the same guest. We got Lord Jesus, don't do this to me right now. Broken Baby in here. We got Broken Baby in here, and she is in here with her dope ass line. We got a video we about to start off with. Get y'all tapped in with the music. What up, did that? Is that it? That ain't it. Hold up, that ain't it. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. They didn't do what I need them to do right there. Quit playing with us. Let me just quit playing with me. Let me get y'all set up. Hold on. All right. I'm sorry for the extras, but we back. And we back.
Produced by Ben Bass.
Lost some niggas to the system at the top so lonely. Niggas envy my position, so I keep it on me. Bitches only love my money, they don't really want me. I've been so focused on my future, say I'm acting phony. Why the fuck these niggas tryna act like they been on me? Niggas tryna do my do, I think they tryna clone me. Niggas never gave me shit, but hella quick to phone me. They see me shining with my Cubans and my brand new rollie. I'm shining now, it's hella fade up in the air, I can feel it. Shout out to my pack, them niggas know they really the realest. It's a couple that I love, I got love from a distance. And everybody I started with not gon' be at the finish. I'm shining on my mama party, smiling from the clouds. My people's been proud of me, I never needed a crowd. Niggas used to doubt so hard and now I don't hear a sound. I deserve to be up from all them times I was down. When I was down, like way down, ain't nobody sit down. Wasn't being what they say they be for me, so played out. Was on my own, no layout. Depression had me drained out. I wouldn't eat, I wouldn't sleep, but in a better place now. I'm shining now, I beat the odds, I pray them demons stay out. I got my angels for protection, know they keep a stake out. All them late night, early mornings had a good ass payout. I ain't dead on the cell, but said I found a way out. You get more support from the people that don't know you. Your biggest haters be the niggas that you close to. People talk you down and when you up, gon' try to bro you. If you getting money, baddest bitches gonna approach you. But if you wasn't there from the beginning, then you fucked. I'm shining now, I prayed and I worked and now I'm up. I was under hella pressure, was a diamond in the rough. I took my pain and turned it to a positive because I had to rise above. I wanted better, better for all me and mine. I took it all upon myself to bust my ass with these rhymes. I'm impatient, had to learn it won't happen overnight. I stay consistent, I stay with it. Now look at me, bitch, I shine. I had to climb the heights I never been. I was gonna do whatever that it took, so I went. I was in a place I never wanna be again. And now it's crazy cause I'm living everything that I dreamt, and that's real though. Yeah, I'm shining now. I'm shining now. Yeah, look at me, I'm shining now. Yeah, life is crazy, shining now. I was down, but I'm up now. I'm shining now. I'm shining now. Yeah, I'm shining now. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Well, welcome to the show. We got.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for having me. Broke a baby in here. I've got to get it's a tongue twister. Broke a baby, broke a baby. Yeah, I bet you can say it 6 times fast. Broke a baby, 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 broke a baby. Yeah, okay. It's a tongue twist. Yeah. Yeah, but it's a blessing having you here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
It's a pleasure.
Yes. One thing that stood out when talking about your brand, you got on your brand, as I can tell, you got on the sweater, you got on the hat.
Yep.
You know, and you said this is about mental health.
Yeah.
Mental health awareness.
Yeah, actually, yep. It's something I built off of my own personal battle, and my story is something that I didn't know the power within it. I didn't know the power of it. I didn't know the power of my voice and speaking up. I didn't know that so many people would connect and relate to it and be able to use it to their own advantage.
Okay.
When I created this when I was 18 in high school, I didn't know I had something.
Created this when you was 18 in high school?
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know that. I didn't know the effect that it was going to have, and I didn't really understand, the magnitude of what I had on my hands at the time. And I guess as I matured with the brand, and as I, grew up more, I realized what I actually had, what I had created.
Okay. So it's a blessing. Wow, this is crazy. Yeah, you started this at 18.
Yeah. I was actually 17 going on 18. So I started this in
high school. Wow.
Yeah.
What made you think about creating something for mental health?
Well, originally, so how it even started was I had my battle, the peak of my battle in like my sophomore year. And my senior year came up, and they had my school had this program called the BACC, and it's basically like where you can start what you want to go to college for like ahead of time, and you get a college credit for it. Okay. So at the before all of this, I wanted to do something in graphic design and video production. So I entered to be in, the program, and they denied me at first because my sophomore year, with everything that I went through, I missed like 56 days of school. So like my attendance, they looked at my attendance, was like no, and my mom ended up talking to them and explaining behind the scenes what was really going on, and that I was normally a straight A student, always at school, so they took that into consideration as well. They ended up approving me to be in it. Okay. And throughout the class, we learned how to make logos, produce videos, and okay. such things like that, printing on our own T-shirts. You know how to
do all kinds of shit. Okay.
And
so you physically created this design?
Yes.
And physically put this on this sweater?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, well, not this one.
Okay.
It didn't start out. I started out making all my own stuff.
Right.
Like printing, designs, everything. I still make my designs, but I wanted to.
It's easier to send it out for the bulk.
Yeah. I wanted better quality than what I could produce.
I got into doing a little bit of fashion and dedication to my brother and stuff.
Yeah,
he started making clothes with his face on it and stuff. So then I started getting into figuring out how to create it by the bulk. And stuff, so.
Yeah, and it was we had a project where we had to make our own logo and T-shirt, and that's just kind of how this came about. And I wanted to make something that I was proud to wear, something that meant something to me. So when I was sitting back and I was just in class, I'm like, what means something to me? Like I'm always talking about like how I'm broken in my music, and like I get to thinking about my lyrics, the behind the scenes of my songs, and that's how Broken Baby came about. Okay. And at first it was just words, and then like a week later I had came up with this baby logo that I drew. And when I drew
you've been an artist since high school?
Well, I've always been an artist. I love to draw. My dad, he's really good at drawing, and I've actually drawn all my tattoos on my body. So it's like I've always been able to draw. So
how many tattoos you
have? Got my rib cage, my chest.
You got your rib cage tattoo.
Yeah, I got my rib cage. I got a whole scripture on my rib cage. I got my hand. This is tatted. This is tatted. Here. I just got done. I got this whole arm, my leg.
Wow, and you drew all these tats.
Yeah.
You said if I'm gonna put something on me, it's gonna be something that means something.
Yeah, that, and I don't want anybody to have I don't want to have tattoos that a bunch of people have either. Like I didn't want to get something off of
authentic.
Yeah. I wanted it to be authentic, especially if it's gonna be on me. I don't want to walk with somebody like, hey, we got the same tattoo. Like that's just I ain't like the thought of that.
I hear you on that. Yeah, I don't want to have the same tattoo as nobody either. Like that is two of those?
Right, like I would like that.
It's supposed to be a piece.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A piece that's personalized.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So you got into the mental health at a young age, at 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You've been an artist for quite a while. And then what made you turn the mental health thing into a physical brand? Like,
it was
something that I'm supposed to
honestly
push.
Just like my music, it was another way for me to speak out about my problems, because I wasn't the best at verbalizing the things that I internalized. So Broken Baby, my music was me, my best way of communicating that, and then Broken Baby's the visual aspect of it.
Okay. That's dope. And you thought about, it's just intriguing that you thought of this at such a young age and stuff. A lot of us didn't even start talking about mental health and stuff until shit. I just started hearing about this shit into my 40s.
Yeah, and see, that's the problem about it too.
Yeah. They ain't heard about no mental health until like my 40s and shit. Recently, like about 5 years ago, they started talking about this mental health thing. But for years, it wasn't even mentioned. It was just like, shake that shit off type shit. Like, you feeling something, you pull out of it, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no such, it wasn't even called nothing. It's like, you fuck up, you can go to prison. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, there ain't no mental health thing. It's crazy that this thing is floating around, like they say, the mental health thing and stuff. And then, did you hear about the woman that she stabbed her boyfriend 100 times in California? She just got probation.
No, I didn't hear about that. That's probation.
Yeah, they just gave her probation, 2 years probation.
She's not in jail.
They said that she mentally lost it off of the cannabis weed, off of the legal marijuana that she had. She lost it because she's not used to smoking weed, they say.
So I've never heard nothing like that.
She stabbed dude for 100 times. He died, and she is basically getting off because of mental illness type thing. And it's like, I mean, know.
Honestly, like even with the school shooters and stuff, they pull that card too. I mean, you do have to,
yeah, you know,
to some degree be not, you know, you gotta have, you know, some kind of mental condition going on to be able to do something like that. You can't do something like that sane.
Right, but they say the only reason they let her off because they said she did have some stab wounds too, but trust and believe, when she started stabbing herself, she knew when to stop.
Yeah.
She had stabbed herself 100 times. She felt those. Stop. she didn't carry on.
Yeah.
She said 100 times to me. No, yeah. She knew when to stop. She knew that was hurt.
Yeah, that's crazy. I've never heard of, like, I mean, if they're blaming the reaction of weed to that I can only imagine what that's about to do.
That's like, what I say, and this is in Cali too.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? You
they started the legalization.
Locked up for way worse stuff than that.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? It was like for way less than that. You done got big time. So for this woman to get off for stabbing a person 100 times, that's like super excessive.
Yeah, that's
excessive.
In the crime world, they would, you know, say that's extremely personal because
yeah.
That many stab wounds. Yeah,
and stabbing is way different than shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Stabbing is like, it's vicious. It's like you gotta grit your teeth down and you gotta get in there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get in there for stabbing. Shooting, you just squeeze it.
Mm-hmm.
Stabbing is like, like, you know what I'm saying? It's gritty. You know what I'm saying? So 100 times of those, it's like that's beyond losing it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like you really trying to kill them.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta be really trying to hurt this person.
Overkill.
Yeah, this is literally overkill.
He was probably dead by the 20th.
And I just know if that person would have looked like me or you, it would have been they would have threw the damn key away.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That was that woman's advantage. She was a white woman. Let's let that be known. She was a white woman, and she was given probation for 100 times stabbing. And shit, that nigga would have stabbed somebody one time. You going? Mm-hmm. You going? Nobody pull up on some domestic. You just say he got a knife. You might get shot.
Yeah, that's true.
He got a knife. Boom. You know, it's just crazy when we start talking about mental things and stuff, and you start thinking about our people, and if they even allowing us to even be put in these categories of the mental illnesses. You know what I'm saying? And you just look at this particular instance. This woman was given this green light somewhat because of this mental illness that she was diagnosed with under the cannabis. Mm-hmm. The cannabinoid, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Jesus, you know. Yeah, you think about the things that a lot of brothers and sisters get locked up for.
Mm-hmm.
They might snap somewhere and shit, he busts his gun and shit, somebody end up getting killed. Nobody is mentioning the mental illness that this brother or sister happen to may go through at this mental point. At this point, he may have lost it. That's not being taken in for, not even being looked at. Like, what made this motherfucker snap, or if this motherfucker lost it or some form of way, or if they may have a mental illness in some form of way. It's not even being looked at when it's a person that looks like me.
And a lot of times, like a lot of people I grew up with, I got people that I grew up with that are in prison now for 50, 60 years.
Right.
And honestly, we grew up together. And I've seen, you know, the way people grow up, the things that they're surrounded by when they're young, especially in developmental stages, that affects everything, especially if they never, take time to, reflect and like acknowledge, okay, I grew up this way and it kind of made me like this. How can I change it to put me on a different path? Some people don't have that guidance. They don't know they're doing anything wrong because of that's all they know. They don't have, the opposite to look at and be like, hold on, um, I can change. Like sometimes it's about even they don't even think they can. They think they're just like that and they're stuck like that forever, which isn't true. And the thing about childhood traumas is if you don't ever, take the time to acknowledge them, acknowledge what happened, like even myself, like you'll never be able to sort through them, deal with them, overcome them so that you can create a better self for your adulthood. And you're going to end up bringing the things that, you went through as a kid, and if you never heal that broken baby within you, you'll always be there. And that's another thing with the brand. And,
wow.
And,
okay, I heard you say that. That now makes sense.
Yeah.
The broken babies. They are broken. There's a lot of broken people. There's a lot of broken babies out here that was broken while they were child.
And they say, then I read this in a book the other day, and this hit me so deep. It was like the best time to kill a king is when he is a child, because they know that there's always been a king within you. And a lot of the traumas, like even that I went through, like, I was told, I was belittled a lot when I was young. I was told I wasn't going to be, this, I wasn't, going to be that. And I don't know, everybody's different. Some people would take that and, would believe it because, the people that love you, if they tell you something like that, it's, it's, I mean, it's not right or wrong, but some people just believe it based off of that. Me, I never really did. I always flipped it. I was like, because you said that, I'm gonna be the opposite. So a lot of people don't understand. And honestly, I mean, I didn't understand what I was doing when I was younger either. But reversing the psychology of, being belittled and being, mentally abused is something that it's a powerful tool to learn, because it can help you in the long run, for sure.
Right. And it's deep. It's a deep topic. You know what I'm saying? You think about kids that have been molested. Think about kids who have been separated from their homes due to CPS. Think about kids that have got their ass beaten bad in the house. Think about kids who've been neglected. You know what I'm saying? Think about kids who lived in badass conditions and had shit. You know what I'm saying? Lived in fucked up ass, dirty ass houses and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's just there's a lot of broken babies.
And a lot of people don't realize the effects that those things have. That's off those things that you just said. You got abandonment issues, you have trust issues. You have what else you say? Like if a woman was molested by an older man, or a man that she looked at as a father figure or something like that, that's gonna cause issues with men in general, and in her life, and however she chooses to go about that in the future, or if she chooses to let that sit inside and internalize that can
hate men for the rest of her life.
Like, it can affect relationships.
If she see men, she may look at like this may be another potential attacker.
And honestly, that leads to, from what I know, like that leads to being very hypersexual or against it at all as a whole.
Right.
So it's like everything is cause and effect.
And some people could be turned out too and stuff, and a lot of women that start stripping or start selling their body early, they normally been tampered with.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying? Tampered with at a young age and forced to become grown before they should have been before they got grown. And normally we're forced by another grown motherfucker. Well, that's it.
Very.
We gotta protect our babies out here, man, so they don't become broken babies. But for the broken babies out there, we hear your cry, and that's dope that you hear the broken babies' cries, because a lot of people don't mention that. A lot of people don't acknowledge that there are a lot of broken babies out here. They are broken. They were broken for babies, and it's just when you said it, it's just like, oh, it's again broken babies. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
There's a lot of broken babies that walking around every day.
And a lot of broken babies that are grown.
Yeah.
Because they never healed that broken baby.
That's what I say. They walking around every day.
Yep.
We have a way of hiding it. You know what I'm saying?
And suppressing it for so long, and everything ends up coming back up when you least expect it to.
Because you like to be strong and shit. Everybody has their own broken story. Whether you struggled and shit, living in the hood, sometimes you didn't have shit to eat. Had to eat some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Had to eat something that you didn't really want to eat. You didn't have much to eat. You know what I'm saying? But shit, had to overcome it and shit. Still had to survive that moment.
Yeah, for sure.
I had motherfucking mustard sandwich, nigga. Motherfucking mayonnaise sandwich. Some bullshit, nigga. I had some. Yeah, we had some humbling times as a kid growing up. Shit that could break you. A couple Christmases didn't make it. What's going on back there? God damn. A couple Christmases that wasn't available. You know what I'm saying? Black niggas didn't make it to Christmases and shit. You know what I'm saying? That matters when you're a kid. When you're a kid, and you see a lot of kids having shit. Come outside, you ain't got shit. You know what I'm saying? We was stealing bikes on Christmas.
Yeah.
We didn't have shit. Motherfuckers were leaving their bikes outside, and we were stealing their bikes on Christmas. And it's crazy. It's kind of sad thinking about it now. We was little kids and shit, and we didn't have shit. They had bikes and shit, and they were leaving their bikes outside and shit. We take their shit, nigga. Steal the bike and go hide it around the corner from the house and shit. My mama would be like, if my mama see it, she was gonna make you take the bike back. Like, my mama didn't care, nigga. You don't have it or not, nigga. You don't have no reason to be stealing.
Yeah.
Mama gonna make you take it back. She gonna make you do the right thing. But fuck that, nigga. We got the bikes in and shit. Every time you come outside, nigga, you gotta hop on your bike. You know what I'm saying? And then one day, eventually, somebody got caught riding the bike.
Yeah.
Told on everybody. All the bikes popped up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their ass beat over these damn bikes. That shit. That we was broken babies and shit trying to overcome the brokenness. Like, nigga, trying not to accept the brokenness. Like,
yeah.
Fuck that, nigga. We gonna have some bikes. We gonna have some gifts. We gotta go take them our damn self. Shit. Yeah, there's a lot of broken babies out here. Let's talk about your music and stuff. The broken baby. The name is the brand, right?
Well, Broken Baby is the brand. My original rap name was Nate Twice,
Okay.
and then so my comeback, I'm probably gonna come back with CEO Nemo. I've kind of outgrown the Nate Twice vibe, in my opinion.
Okay.
So my music was just a way for me to speak up. I found it easier to do it over a beat than just talking to somebody face to face. That was my struggle, was actually talking to somebody, and it's just always that fear of judgment. And
well, shit, you're doing good. Shit, you know what I'm saying? I think you're very intelligent, for one. You're very intelligent. You shouldn't be afraid to speak to nobody because you're very intelligent. You're probably smarter than a lot of people that's in the room. And you know how to say, you're doing good. You're speaking well, and you have a great cause. You have a great idea. Normally, when people come up with ideas, they come up with ideas for themselves. You are selfless. Came up with this idea for a lot of people that may be going through these things. And things like this need to be talked, especially within the black community. You know what I'm saying? We haven't, once it got recognized that it was a mental health issue, it started sinking in clear to a lot of us. A lot of us have become awakened.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I never acknowledged that, damn, this could be a mental health issue. Going 0 to 100 real quick.
It is, and it's crazy because, like, if you talk to my grandparents, they'll tell you, like, mental health. We didn't know nothing about that. And my grandparents come from the South, where there was still segregation, there was still slavery, and nobody talks about how bad it was already. Yeah, how bad it was then for our people, and now it's not even that. It's a shock that it was never seen then, especially because, like, man, they were getting beat, they were getting our women were getting raped, they were getting used for babies, and they would have babies and their babies would be killed or taken from them immediately. And that thinking about how the mental health was then, back then, with that going on, it's just like, whoa.
Especially for a woman to go through something as far as being raped and forced to have a child by her rapist. And some women end up actually having a baby. Some people don't believe in abortion and things of that nature. And they end up having this child. Sometimes they end up hating the child. But I don't know.
And then off of that, you have the effect of being the parent, and you also have the effect of being the child from that circumstance.
Yeah.
And nobody talks about that either.
Being the parent and being the child.
Yeah. And it's like, back then, nobody even considered things like that. I mean, they probably didn't have medicine, like, the study of medicine like they have now. But
Right.
I mean, that stuff still happens. So it's not like,
that shit still happens.
It's not at all like it's something that only was in that time. That's still current events.
Yeah, that's current. That's
and
what,
it's
relevant. It's relevant to now.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfuckers doing even crazier shit than that. It's just crazy how. That's why when we talk about mental health, it's a broad range of different things that can be mentally fucking people up.
Mm-hmm. It is. I mean, everything makes you who you are, and my biggest thing is it makes you you, but don't let it be you.
Think about little boys who end up getting molested,
mm-hmm.
and the impact that not only psychologically that it does to them, but sexually,
mm-hmm.
what it does to them and how it demasculates them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That is so fucking wrong to do that to a little boy.
And I mean, just like no different than with women, that you find that a lot of times it makes them hypersexual.
Yeah, it makes
Like,
it over.
yeah.
Craving, almost craving for it.
Yeah. And a lot of them, like, even if you look at people like honestly, like, did you see the Jeffrey Dahmer series that came out on Netflix?
I ain't gonna lie, I can't entertain it. I can't entertain it.
So me, I'm a documentary junkie. Like,
Okay.
I like. It's not even that I found it like entertaining. I'm more in the mental aspect of it. I want to know what led to this and why nobody saw it,
Right.
and why nothing was done. Basically, I mean, I watch documentaries on like the bombers and just everything crazy that's kind of happening. Hey, like, how could a person do that? I want to know. Like, I'm so curious. And honestly, like, with him, there's a lot of things that
It was racist. It was racial motivated.
yeah, and like even the things that he went through in his childhood. I'm not saying I agree with her. That is right, but you can see how it led to that, or was going. You can see how it was going to lead to something, and everybody talks just how you were talking about how, even bring up that lady. They said she just snapped.
Right.
There's a trigger. There's everybody has if you internalize a bunch of stuff for years and years and years, you're gonna eventually meet that trigger that makes you snap. And
everybody got that trigger somewhere hidden.
And his was, I couldn't even remember. Like when I was, I watched the show and then I watched the real documentary because they're never the same.
Right.
So when I was watching it, his shift was when I can't remember if it was when his parents divorced or one of his parents died, and that was the trigger from my perception. That was the trigger that kind of switched everything and made it. He started out killing animals, and that's another thing too. But the switch from animals to people, and
the animals is always a sign.
Yeah, that's always a sign too.
Of aggression.
Yeah.
You start killing dogs and cats outside in the backyard, like, hold up.
Mm-hmm.
This little nigga killer. Little by little, you started getting a likeliness of seeing shit bleed.
Mm-hmm. And his parents, from the information that they did put out, it seemed more like they knew, but they were scared of what would happen if they brought it to the attention, in the medical world, to doctors. But they didn't realize that not doing that did more harm.
Felt like snitching, like, nigga, this nigga's crazy. Like, you can't go to the doctor and be like, this nigga's crazy. He out here hurt niggas. He fuck you up.
Yeah.
I almost feel like you snitching.
Uh-huh. And like even in shows like Criminal Minds, like that intrigues me because they get into the minds of the criminal, how they think, what caused this, the cause and effect.
What's the motive?
What's the root?
Right.
And that's what everything's about. Like, it's all about finding the root. What is the root issue? If you have relationship problems, what's your root issue? Do you have did you have an absent father? Did you have an absent mother? Did they go through a divorce? There's just so much to be broken down. And after doing it with myself and watching documentaries and having them break it down, and reading up on psychology, it's like, dude, this is so much. There's just so much that plays into every person and why they are the way they are.
You smoke weed?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm about to smoke. I need a lighter in there. But not to interrupt you about my weed. I do need to. That's how I control my mental health.
A lot of people do say that, especially when it comes to like anxiety.
Yes, I control my mental health because I like to. It calms me down and stuff, and it enables me to relax and gather up all my thoughts and calm myself down. That's cigarettes was a way of calming people down too. I swear to God, cigarettes saving lives out here. They say they killing these cigarettes is killing people, but cigarettes is saving lives. Because if a the motherfucker that stop for a minute and blew that motherfucking air away with their motherfucking cigarettes and thought twice about doing something reckless to a motherfucker. If he had that cigarette, man, and stopped to think and blow that air out, because that's all you really is a breathing technique. So when motherfuckers say, a lot of pass, I went to anger management about 5 times. I had to pass it about 5 times. So this is that shit they teach you in the class. They teach you the breathing techniques.
Yeah,
They
breathing
say,
techniques.
Breathe in, breathe out. And in essence, it's almost like smoking. Smoking is the breathing in and breathing out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a technique of breathing in and exhaling, inhale and exhale type shit, and allowing you to blow out the stress, blow out the anger. You know what I'm saying? Giving you a chance to kind of exercise blowing off the anger and shit. So like every cloud that you see is like I'm blowing it out. I'm blowing all my problems away. I'm blowing all my worries away. Yes. Don't mind me while I'm blowing all my problems away. Yes, you turned this into entrepreneurship. Do you have a website for this?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the website.
I've reconstructed it a couple times.
You have
to
reconstructed
make it look a little bit better.
So you design websites as well.
Based off the templates, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they give you templates, and I kind of work with that. I did a coding class in high school, actually, where you can like build a website with all the coding, but I didn't get that in depth with it. That class, I honestly took that for an easy
WordPress?
credit. WordPress, no.
Okay, I'll use WordPress. I have to end up making my damn website.
Yeah,
I paid somebody to do it, and they were bullshitting, and I felt like the dude off the 5 Heartbeats and push the nigga off the piano. I had to take the code from the nigga and everything, design it all myself. I ain't playing games with the folks, man.
Yeah, they got a lot of things you can go through for a website, and most of them have like templates that you can edit yourself. It's like it gives you like a base, and you can edit it how you want it.
Yeah, so now I know how to do websites, all because of Jackass. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing about entrepreneurship. Honestly, like you have to learn, especially if you want to be, the CEO. You gotta learn how to do everything.
Every damn thing.
Everything.
You gotta learn how to do every damn thing. You gotta record. You gotta motherfucking rap.
Yeah.
You gotta market. You gotta motherfucking make sure that you got your pictures and videos. Yes, last night I was talking to an artist and stuff. Lord Jesus, don't do this, man. Because I turn to my mom when it comes to names, man. I'm just, oh my God. And I just thought that I did her last night. She's a dope artist. What's her name? Ashanti Major. Yes, Ashanti Major's dope. Yeah, she's a very dope artist. Lord Jesus, I'm getting old, y'all. Y'all just gotta excuse me. I can't. I'll be dropping names at the drop of the dime. It's the week. But she was talking about everything that she do. She designed her videos and she did everything, and that was just dope. There's a lot of artists out here. You have to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You sitting around waiting on a motherfucker to do something for you, or you ain't using your money to do shit for you. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing you gotta do. If you ain't willing to motherfucking do it yourself, spend that bread, man. Ain't nothing wrong with spending that bread.
Mm-hmm.
Spend that money because guess what? They working for you and they're gonna do a good job. One thing I know, when you spend that money, it has a deadline on it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I've ran into some issues where, and this is why really like all my designs I make, I don't use many designers yet, because I'll give somebody my money and hey, I need to buy this, and why am I a month and I've got nothing? You said you made your turnaround time 7 to 10 days. or 3 to 5. Why am I 4 weeks and I don't have anything? And that's when I start to get mad because I start
As on the
blowing
video,
somebody's phone and
music
email
video,
them. No, like designs, like
just
for
on
t-shirts.
just
like
on the design.
yeah.
Ah, nah, nigga, you got 24 hours.
Yeah, and I mean
The only designer can be done within 24 to 48 hours.
The only reason some people do, 3 to 5 or 7 to 10, or at least people I work with, is because it's actually their business. Like they do a bunch of them, and they have a lot of clientele, and the designers I work with are really good, and it's like I take that into consideration. It's like, okay, I'll wait 3 to 5 days. That's why I do things in advance. I try to plan. It's like, why I had a guy and I'm like, why am I? It's a month. You've been pushing it off.
Yeah, no.
We going on a month and a half. All right, I'm just disputing it, and the dude wouldn't reply. I just disputed the charge. I got no problem doing that.
Right.
That's why I don't care. I'll pay you, but you don't give it to me. I'm disputing the charge. And as soon as I disputed it, it gave me like 24 hours after I disputed it, and bro was hitting me up.
Yeah, now you know my
now
number.
now you want to
reply. That's what
reply.
happened on my website. I had to dispute my website on this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nah, nigga, give me the bread. Yeah. Nigga, I took him out the motherfucker. Now I'm deciding myself. He nigga, that motherfucker was mad as hell.
Mm-hmm. I ran into that problem with t-shirts before too.
Kept my money and everything. That motherfucker was mad as hell. Yeah, you out here playing games.
Mm-hmm.
You think the motherfuckers are stupid. No, I'm not fucking stupid. I don't like motherfuckers trying to play games and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Once they start realizing that you talking to a black person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, man? My money just as good as that other motherfucker money, nigga. Don't be playing games, nigga, now that you know that you dealing with a nigga. Now you want to play games, nigga. Nah, nigga. I'm going to let you know, motherfucker, you motherfucker fire. I fire your punk ass like Donald Trump in this bitch, nigga. Shit. You fired, nigga. Shit. And we give you a bad review, nigga. And I keep up my money. I get my money back.
I usually have people throw me incentives. They'll be like, because I think one of the t-shirt companies I was going through, when I disputed the charge, they would use QuickBooks for like to basically send out. If you order from them, they'll send you to make the payment. They'll send you a thing through QuickBooks. So when I disputed that charge on QuickBooks, their QuickBooks got suspended.
Ooh.
So they hit me up quick.
What happened?
Yeah.
What you mean? What happened?
They were like, "Can you please?" They hit me. No. Can you please call the bank and release the disputes?
Fucking no, nigga. You motherfucker develop my motherfucking logo. I've been asking for a whole month and a half ago, but nigga, if you don't come up with my shit, that's when I'm down there talking. I'm talking now. That's when they know I'm a full blown nigga. At this point, they gonna know I'm a full blown nigga. I'm talking normal. All that nice shit went out the door. All that, hey, how you doing? All that shit went out the window. Shit, I'm a full blown nigga. I'm irritated. You ain't even reached deadline, nigga. I'm talking like a nigga now. Where the fuck is my shit?
And my thing is, when I ask what's turnaround time, that gives you're telling me what you're going to do.
Yes.
So that's why I always ask. I don't even say. I always leave enough time because I plan so far in advance. You told me the deadline. It's supposed to be done.
Deadline. You damn right. We're not gonna play about business. Mm-hmm. When you say you have a deadline, I expect you to reach your motherfucking deadline. Don't have no motherfucker. Oh man, look, man, so. Nah, hell no. Don't come up with no punk ass excuses. None of that, nigga. When it comes to business, and especially when I done paid you. When you done got money. You done took some of my hard-earned money, nigga. And, nigga, I expect services after that, nigga. No excuses. None of that. Shit, we ain't playing with this money, nigga.
And, it's different if you stay in communication because I understand things happen, too.
Nah, that's different.
It's different.
Now, if a motherfucker communicate with you, that's different.
Yeah, that's completely different.
Motherfucker let me know. You let me know, like, all right, man, I ain't going to be ready on time, nigga. I just need a little bit more time. Okay, now you done psychologically got me prepared. So I don't fucking lose it.
And it's like you run a business. I stay as professional as possible. Sometimes I let my mom do the writing because I'm like, Mom, I can't even think of how to nicely say this. Like
right.
Like
right.
Can you
there ain't no nice way to tell you fucking up. There ain't no nice way to tell you you fucking up, nigga.
And that's why my only option, I just dispute it. If you contact me, we can have a conversation. But I'll just dispute it. I get my money back. That way, problem solved. I don't even got to get ugly.
Right. Yeah, I try to be as positive as possible, especially with the people I'm doing business with.
Mm-hmm. And I'll be writing the emails so nice.
Yes.
Just cussing out the screen
because I want you to do right. I want you to do right by me. Especially like when you ordering food and shit. I don't be trying to talk crazy to none of them people that be dealing with my food.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't know what they do to your food.
You don't
back
talk
there.
crazy to people out there playing with your food. You know what I'm saying? You never know what they gonna do with your food. I don't want people playing with my motherfucking food.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I learned, to be respectful, because I haven't worked in the fast food places before. I ain't never even thought of doing nothing fucked up to nobody's food before. I ain't never been.
Yeah, but like it's the fact that like when you
people
do
like that.
Yeah, there is, and
I ain't never
it's
thought
crazy.
about doing nothing to their food. I'll be ready to whoop somebody's ass.
Yeah,
but I ain't never thought about doing nothing to their food.
And it's
that's
us
coward
as,
shit.
Us as consumers, we just trust these restaurants so much, like so freely. Yeah. And it's like, hold on, when you work there, you like, bro, do you realize like somebody could really like
fuck with your food?
Yeah, and you not even know because you trust them so much. Right? Like you don't, man. Look, when I tell you that thought alone could actually get me to stop eating fast food.
Right.
Like
it does,
and it's just like
you're vulnerable at the end.
Yeah, you're very vulnerable.
Very vulnerable. We gotta trust these people that we do not know.
And there's just so many things in the world that if you consume a little bit of, you just die. And
yeah,
like, dang, that's just crazy to think about. Like,
right. Yeah, all it takes is a little bit of poison to fuck you up.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, who's really checking to make sure that nobody's doing anything to food? Because you don't hear many stories about it, but they always wait until there's a story.
Right. That don't mean that nobody could be back there, nigga, with the motherfucking poison in the back pocket, nigga. Seasoning the motherfucking meat with poison and shit.
Yeah, and I mean, that's
shit. Nigga, that'd be some crazy ass shit.
It would.
Yeah.
You gotta think about it. People was them the people from where they come from, Iran or Afghanistan, the people that did 9/11, they went through those lengths to do those with planes. Would they come over here and wanted to put fentanyl or something in a bunch of McDonald's cheeseburgers, chicken nuggets?
Right. Started working at jobs and shit.
Yeah,
that everybody eat at.
That would be crazy.
People eat at and shit and started fucking up the food and shit. Because you're right, they don't really be filming the people back there with the food. Because I don't work at McDonald's and shit. They don't really got no camera back there watching you cook the food and shit.
And I mean, they got some of the cameras, but don't nobody watch them.
Everybody rushing you. They want you to hurry up and make the burgers out there. Like hurry up and fix that shit. Because now you got lines and shit. You want to hurry up and diminish your line. And depending on what hour of the day it is, like a rush hour and shit, you got like lunchtime, motherfuckers in that bitch. Breakfast time, motherfuckers in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? There's a rush hour even about 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. type shit. Motherfuckers is in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get a flood of traffic. So when we was working then, and this is when I was in high school, way back then, working that motherfucker then and shit, you trying to hurry up and diminish the line, trying to hurry up and run people in and out that bitch. They're not watching the motherfucker back there cooking. They just they worried about you. Hurry up and get that damn line short. Motherfucker could be back there doing all kinds of fuck ass shit to your food.
Yeah, that's true. And we just be trusting people.
Like, hope you do the right thing, nigga. I already paid my $7, nigga. Send my motherfucking food back here. We trust the Uber drivers, nigga, to drive. Now you got the double trust. Because now you got to trust the niggas that cook your food. And now you got to trust the motherfuckers driving into your door. That's a double trust, nigga. You got to trust twice, nigga, when you get in the driver.
And so much stuff has happened with DoorDash drivers. And, like, you hear about that stuff.
Man,
I'm like, they bring you your food and your burger bitten out of, your drink half empty.
Yeah, and
like,
then you be hearing about motherfuckers doing weird ass shit, stocking out the people that they deliverance and
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Yeah.
Coming back again and shit. Like, nigga, don't come back. Nigga, don't come back twice, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
She don't want you, nigga. She just want the food. Shit. She just wanted the food.
I think that's why even after COVID, they kind of left that that option to leave it at the door. You can
Yeah.
do that on DoorDash because I mean, ain't no different than like a pizza delivery man. Like I mean, they be getting robbed, they be doing stuff like
Right.
that option. Just leave it at the door. Take a picture. Let me know when you're gone.
Shit, in my hood, nigga, they wouldn't even let the pizza man come to the hood, nigga. 43rd Avenue, Thomas Pizza Man ain't even, nigga. You can't order no pizza on 43rd and Thomas. Absolutely not. They won't even let the pizza man come over there, nigga. You gotta go across the street, go get you a pizza. Shit. Say you better sit in a church of chicken parking lot or something, nigga. order the pizza for a motherfucking Circle K. They not going over there into the VGs, nigga. Certain areas they know not to be even playing with it. They know not to play with it. Shit, niggas hungry.
Mm-hmm.
We done snatched some pieces before when we was young. Had to snatch had to snatch the pizza from it. We hungry. We hungry. They had no food and shit. Nigga called the pizza man. Nigga, that nigga pulled up, snatched that shit. Nigga, like nigga, like nigga. How that nigga pull up to an abandoned apartment and shit, and just be standing there waiting for him. Take that nigga shit, nigga. Just fuck it, nigga. We hungry, nigga. You better let these niggas eat. Yeah, nigga desperate enough to take that shit. We probably desperate enough to hurt you over it. At that point, nigga, like, at that point when you that desperate to take it, nigga, you willing to risk it all. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers get desperate like that.
Mm-hmm.
They be part of the broken babies too. The niggas that don't have shit, the have nots.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas out here that don't have shit and they just out here trying to still survive, but you ain't got shit.
Yeah, no, that's real too. Though.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. Still trying to survive, you ain't got shit. You ain't figured out how to get it yet. And now the only thing coming in your mind is like, nigga, I gotta take it from somebody. I see it somewhere. I don't know how to get it, but I see it. Maybe I can take it from this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? And that'll be the next thing coming to a motherfucker head that don't got shit. It's like, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I see a motherfucker with it. I'm gonna take it now. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of being broken too.
Mm-hmm. Because I mean, you like you said earlier, like the Christmas thing. You know, you see whether you go to school, you know, the days after Christmas and everybody got something new on. They talking about what they got for Christmas. You gotta understand how that make a kid feel. Like, I mean, it's not the kid's fault. The parents doing the best they can too.
Right,
and you know, as a kid, you don't think about that.
Nah,
You're not really
like,
supposed
nigga,
to.
I ain't get shit, nigga. You look at that little Johnny down the street, nigga. He riding his bike, nigga. Where the fuck my bike at?
Mm-hmm. And you know, they think about what they don't have, and you know that effect that it has on a kid too. It's just like some people just
not give a fuck.
Yeah, they like I want something too, but you know I know my mom can't get, I know dad can't get it. You know,
kids start to rebel in some form of way.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. I don't know. You see spoiled kids rebel too, like a motherfucker. Kids that don't have that get everything.
Mm-hmm. They do.
Kids that get everything
because they think they're entitled. That's where you run into entitlement.
Yeah.
And ungratefulness.
Yeah.
And that's.
You see kids that get everything and shit. Like the King, T.I.'s son King.
Oh yeah.
This nigga that the other day and shit, they showed him on Instagram. He had some noodles in the foyer and shit. One of these comedians, he was like, "Nigga, what the fuck, nigga? What is you doing? Noodles, nigga? You don't gotta eat no noodles. Your daddy ain't fell off. When T.I. fall off,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
That man just bought a block.
Like, come on, quit playing, man. You ain't gotta eat no noodles. Niggas had to eat noodles because of circumstances. Nigga, there wasn't no food, there wasn't nothing else to eat. Nigga, that's why niggas had to eat noodles. Nigga didn't just wake up like, nigga, I want a bowl of noodles.
I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people I grew up with, when we had to eat ramen, that's still good to us. Like, we love it.
It's good and shit, but nigga, if we had an option of having a personal chef, like, nigga, clap, clap, nigga, go make the motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, go make me some motherfucking steak and some motherfucking whatever the fuck I like to eat type shit, nigga. Noodles ain't an option. I ain't finna go clap, clap, tell Butler, go make some noodles, nigga. Absolutely, that ain't on the menu. That is not on the King. My name King, nigga. I do not eat noodles. That's the first thing I fist establish in this motherfucker. My name is King. I do not eat no motherfucking noodles. You don't even talk about noodles in this motherfucker, nigga. My name is King.
I seen something where they said, they were not necessarily like T.I. was saying like there's nothing else he can really do for his son.
Your daddy gave you a name of power. He already knew what you was supposed to be. You need to know who the fuck you is. You was a king, nigga. Mm-hmm. You was a young king. You was a prince. You start off as a prince, but then you turn into a king.
Somebody had talked about how, looking at how King acts and then how T.I. grew up. Yeah, T.I. has it all, and he has
T.I. came from the bottom.
It's like King wants to be what his father is, but from the bottom.
But T.I. he didn't come up like his dad came up. You came up because your dad was already up. He made sure you didn't have to live like that he lived.
And that's the thing. They're saying they feel like King wants to have his own upbringing from the bottom.
He does.
Like his dad did, but he doesn't have to.
It's too late. It's too late. They already created your life. Your life is already good. You already made it. You got to understand what you is and what you need to do for the legacy of your daddy's companies that he have built for his family hustle and shit. You got to carry that legacy on. You know what I'm saying? You don't go backwards. You don't go backwards, nigga. You go forward, move forward. Keep on building and add on to the legacy. You don't motherfucker go backwards and no. That's where you got to understand. King need to understand as far as his dad has took it, where his dad came from. Understanding exactly where your dad came from and understanding where you're at right now and trying to understand where you got to build it and carry the family legacy. Add on to it. Don't take away from it. Add on to it.
I mean, what's his other son? The one that rapped.
DeMonte.
Yeah.
DeMonte, he got a head on his shoulders.
Yeah, he does.
He nice. He go.
But he spoke about how he had that balance between, because he lived with his mom.
DeMonte really looked like T.I. too.
He do.
He just looked like a fat T.I.
Yeah,
He's
just a little chunkier in the face.
Little chunky, little chunky T.I.
But he was talking about how he was glad he had that balance between, more norm of living and being able to go to his dad's. He had a balance. He had a balance between having it all and having the basics, having decent. So he said that balance is what he feels sets him apart from King. It kind of it makes him different.
Well, they have an age gap too.
Yeah, that too.
That matters.
How big is the age gap?
I think the age gap is at least 5 years.
5 years? He's that old?
I think they got at least a 5-year gap. Because King is what? Did King just barely turn 18? Is he 18 now?
I don't know, to be honest.
I don't even know. I don't even think King is still even 18. Lord Jesus. King he a young nigga that trying to grow fast. I get it. I get it. I get being a young nigga, but when you got all that money and you that young, Lord Jesus, you see, some things you ain't supposed to have at that age, man, because you're young. When you're young, you is dangerous because you're reckless in some form of way because you don't give a fuck, and you really don't. I know I was young before. I get it. You don't care what you say. You don't care what you do. You just do shit. You know what I'm saying? When you're young, you are reckless. I drive reckless like a motherfucker when I was young. Didn't realize the danger I was putting myself in, but like to move fast. You like to drive fast. You're driving crazy as fuck out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm driving down there 120 miles an hour regularly. Didn't realize the danger I was there. I wouldn't drive that like that now.
Mm-hmm.
But I was young. I'm driving and I'm feeling like, nigga, I'm trying to get somewhere. I'm ridiculous. You're ridiculous at that. You're reckless.
Mm-hmm.
You're so reckless that to a point that you're dangerous to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And being young, you have a form of recklessness to you and shit. You know what I'm saying? And T.I. gotta help. He gotta help King get control of the Hulk and control the recklessness
Mm-hmm.
because having a father that has been through things that T.I. have been through, because T.I.'s been locked up and stuff, and he's had some hard upcomings too. He needs to share some of these upcomings with his son instead of hiding your stuff from these kids and stuff. You need to let these kids know. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these parents, we should. A lot of these parents, they try to protect their kids so much that
It
they
hurts them.
that they kids don't even know that they're nigga. I done went through that. You know what I'm saying? What you trying to go to, nigga? I went through that.
Mm-hmm.
You trying to shadow it so much, you trying to hide it so much that they can't see it in you. They can't even understand. They think that you don't understand them. Little do you know that shit. Little do they know that shit, nigga. You the cheat code.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, nigga, you
And
know it.
that's one thing that I mean. I grew up, fast. Like a lot of people would tell me, like, you ahead of your time. And I mean, my mom never hid nothing from me.
Yeah,
She was always real, like about things that were happening when bills, couldn't be paid, when something got shut off, this, that, and the third. Like I was, I always was aware. I never thought the world was perfect or it was supposed to be a way, like a certain way. I just was like, the world is real and it's not.
It's not a game.
Yeah, I've always known that, and it's just
Yeah.
because my mom was always transparent with me. And some people, will tell her like, why, like that just doesn't make sense. Why, why don't you shelter your kid? But me, I'm glad I wasn't sheltered.
Yeah, and I'm glad I wasn't sheltered. But my mama, man, my mama was mean when we was young. I ain't gonna lie. My mama was mean, but nigga, I swear to God, if my mama wasn't the way she was, we wouldn't have became who we became. We wouldn't have never been. I wouldn't have been who I am without my mama being as hard because my mama forced me to be smart. She didn't allow me to be stupid. And I thought a lot of kids were smart. I thought a lot of kids were smart like me because I thought every kid knew what I knew, but they didn't know what I knew. But my mom forced it in me. Like I had to read books before I went to school. I mean, before I went outside to play, I had to read books. It literally got beat into me. My motherfucking my name in kindergarten. Like my mama whooped my ass by motherfucking through the whole night, nigga. By morning time, nigga, I knew how to spell my name correctly in kindergarten. First day of school, I knew how to write my name because my mama, every time I fucked up, my mama told my ass up. Like, nigga, you can't be stupid in my mama's house. That was the cost your motherfucking ass. That'll get your ass whooped being stupid. Nigga, you black. You already got that against you. You can't afford to be stupid too, nigga. So my mama would beat your motherfucking ass if you was stupid, nigga. Shit. You weren't forced. You weren't allowed to be stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You had to learn how to read. You had to learn how to do everything. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's just being growing up that tough love and shit. That tough love it installs some shit into you a certain type of way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Make you appreciate, make you understand why you was why. You know what I'm saying? Why you had it like that in a certain type of way. Appreciate it a certain type of way.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
If my mama didn't make me smart then shit, I probably would be dumb than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? If my mama she didn't make me read them damn books. My mama didn't make me motherfucking forced me to go harder and shit, nigga, I'll be fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Shit, it's a blessing. Back in the days and shit, you think about it's Black History Month. Back in the day, they'd kill you for learning how to read.
Mm-hmm. It's a privilege.
You know what
now,
I'm saying?
And it's overlooked a
They
lot.
would kill you if you picked up a book. You know what I'm saying? You know how much of a blessing it is that we are out here and we are able to educate ourselves. You have the power to educate yourself. You have the power to and you have the power to empower yourself. With all the things that's out here, you think about YouTube, Google now.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if I was in school right now, I'd be cheating like a motherfucker. I'm asking Google for all the answers.
Man.
Google, what is? They all got all the answers right at the tip of my hands. It's taking calculators from us.
Mm-hmm.
You can't use a calculator. Y'all got Google and shit. Man, ain't that a blessing, man? We would be cheating like a motherfucker. Let's tap into some of your music and shit. You got another video. You said another video.
Oh, yeah. I think it was the one from Vegas.
Yeah, introduce that. Introduce your video instead of the name of your video. I'll just pull it up for me.
What was it called? It's called Now I Know.
Now I know. Yeah, we're going to get y'all tapped in. That Now I Know.
Yep, that one.
Yeah, here we go. We're going to get y'all tapped in. Now I know. Hold on. Look at this. Quit playing with me.
Hey, turn that shit up, Lord.
This guy forgot about leap year.
Paranoid to get my heart out, believe it when they say that of me. I know once these bitches only look my way cause I got money. Missing out on real love, yeah, I know I could be like a dummy, but at least know I could dummy. Broken heart still in recovery. I had this little bitch, this stupid hoe, thought she could play me. I know what you did, you tried to hide it, call me crazy. But you really only play yourself, was good, treating you like a lady. Could've done you like a hoe, but that ain't how my mama raised me. So now I know, got to get my heart out, cause these bitches don't love you. They come in and out, but no, I won't let a hoe distract me from my vision. Now I'm living trying to buy my house and put my daddy in her age. We been through a lot of shit, I'm trying to give this friend a thing. See my mama quit her job and put a smile on her face. The only woman in my life, I know I got through anything. They trying to stop me from winning and I'm still trying to prevail. I know it's niggas in my circle that wanna see me fail. I'ma go up, leave him hanging, let him watch give a hell. If I took him with me, they try to make me sick when I sell. Got some niggas in the grave and some that's sitting in jail. Pray for my brother before I sleep, he lose his life, I raise hell. I lost a lot of shit already, even including myself. I never forced someone to fuck with me, real love ain't compelled. I'm trying to stack up so much money that I'm rich up in my next side. I can't cuff no hoe, so I just keep on for my sad side. I don't even see because the bed ain't with a bread. Like, see, I'm trying to get to it cause I never know my deadline. And when I get to where I want it, don't be trying to hit my cell line. Niggas gon' be pressed because they watching from the sidelines. I can't even trust some niggas that come from my blood. I can only name a few who been with me through my life. I've been surviving for too long and I just wanna live my life. I don't wanna struggle no more, so I gotta make it right. I don't wanna have to see another of my losers life. Because the streets, they be so hectic, it's a fight to stay alive.
You're tuning into the best in the West. Real Rydaz only radio.
Who's some of your inspirations?
50 Cent.
50. What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 50 go hard.
Yeah, he had a book that I read. I actually had the book for a couple years before I actually opened it and read it. I struggle with reading comprehension
Okay.
and slightly just like dyslexic. So reading for me is hard.
Okay.
So like I challenged myself starting with that book, and I actually got through it. It took me a while, but I have to like read a certain way. I gotta be in it can't have no noise, but like a dead quiet room,
I hear you.
and I gotta read out loud.
I like to read out loud too because if I don't read out loud, I start thinking about
All kinds of stuff. Yeah, like I'll be reading and
Yeah.
thinking about something
Right,
completely
something
different.
completely different.
And so I've actually like so far this year I've made it through like 7, 8 books.
Wow.
Since November.
Reading is like a brain pusher.
Mm-hmm. And I read a lot of self development stuff, and there's so many benefits to that. But that book was, you know, he's an inspiration for sure. Probably like one of the
50
biggest.
Cent, man. 50 Cent go harder to pay, man. He's one of the top.
And then like my mom and my aunt, because they both are like women who I never seen need anything from somebody else. They did everything themselves.
That's dope. So your mom and your aunt is your inspiration as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. But you have influences from home.
Mm-hmm.
That's always a great thing. Influences that come from home.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it should come from.
Yeah.
That's where it should start from home. You know what I'm saying? It's where people learn they respect, they learn their mannerism, they learn how to do things, you know what I'm saying? They come outside, you know what I'm saying, to do things, to be in public.
Mm-hmm.
From home. Yeah. That's dope. How you say you've been doing this music for quite a bit and shit. These new tracks that we heard right now.
These are actually older. These are some of the last videos I actually have dropped.
Okay.
My videographer, we were really close. He was like a brother to me, and he's the one who we went to Vegas together to shoot that video.
Okay.
He actually took his life in 2021, so I haven't been back in it since then.
Wow. Yeah. So your videographer that took his life, and you haven't been in it since 2021.
Yeah, I haven't I've written, but I haven't recorded anything or anything like that.
I've been kind of like that too, man.
I'm getting back into it. I got my boy Dre. He's pushing me to get back into it.
Unfortunately, my brother did the same thing.
Yeah.
And I haven't really. It's been hard for me to get back into music, and that's why we started the radio station. My brother started the logo right here. This is him. This is my brother OG on the estimated right here. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's hard losing somebody like that. That's helping you come along the way.
Yeah.
Putting together this shit together and shit as somebody that you love.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I know it's hard, but you got to push through it.
Mm-hmm. But that's more why it's like it's hard to do the music, but it's so much easier to push Broken Baby.
Yeah, I hear you. See, it is hard for me to do the music, but it's easier to push the radio station.
Mm-hmm. Because it's like the brand, him taking his life, and then I had actually previous to that I had one of my teammates take her life. Wow. And then my cousin took her life in 2016.
Wow.
It's like it makes it so much. It drives me so much more to push the brand because of what the brand comes from.
I hear you exactly, guys. That's my motivation too. My brother, I love my brother, and I know my brother. Man. He'll be wanting us to keep on holding it down and keep on going hard and shit, and shit. And my brother, he put a lot on the line and shit. He used to help a lot of people do everything and shit. He taught a lot of niggas a lot of shit. We had a lot of homes where niggas could come to. That motherfuckers didn't have no homes and shit. To a lot of people and shit. My brother's like a father to him. know what I'm saying? So my brother's name is gonna be always honored. It's always gonna be pushed a certain type of way. At least by me and my sister, I know for sure we always gonna press that line and shit, and whoever else is gonna keep it alive. But I know as long as me and my sister is alive, we gonna push the line and shit. We ain't never gonna let it die. You know what I'm saying? It's just damn, that is so crazy. They have that in common. It's sad, and a lot of people we don't talk about suicide and things like that. It's not things that we talk about within the black community. We don't talk about people taking their lives. We don't think about things like that.
Until it directly affects us.
So what happens? Because you don't think that it can happen to you. You don't think it can happen to you.
That is very true.
Yeah.
You don't think it'll be you or anybody you know.
What's your coping skills?
I've gotten really big into fitness. I go to the gym every day. You know, I used to use a lot of negative coping mechanisms, such as like drinking and smoking. I found that just suppresses and it doesn't allow me to really deal with my problems, the things I'm struggling with. Um, and I found that, you know, like even now, I doing 75 hard. You can't drink. I've realized it might be something I don't go back to in general, because when I do, you know, go without and I'll go out for a weekend or something and I'll drink, I feel myself reverting back to, like, for 2 days straight I'll be on like a down. And me, I'm unmedicated. I'm manic depressant, basically bipolar, and I don't do medicine because I had a bad experience that led to me attempting to take my life. And so I try to do things my way. And the gym is one thing that, you know, scientifically it releases endorphins, serotonins, which are the happy drugs in your body that make you build your confidence, keeps you, you know, above water, stable. There's a lot of good benefits to adding the gym to your lifestyle, or at least working out. You don't have to go to the gym. You can go on a run. You can do, you know, a 30, 45-minute workout to start your day. Going to the gym in the morning really sets the tone for your day. And then it's like if you go at night, it's, you know, it alleviates your stress from the day. So
Shit.
I do that. My music is, you know, a coping mechanism. My brand is a coping mechanism. Um, Self care. I usually get my hair cut like every week, and it's just something that, I mean, I haven't got one cut in a while just because I've been so busy. It's been like 2 weeks, and I normally don't go longer than a week, but that's just, you know, another form. But I have so many other forms now that it's like my hair being cut is like the least of my concerns. But
Why do you
yeah,
think it's so hard for us to recognize that?
Turn the microphone up.
Why do you think it's so hard for us to recognize that mental health illness
Hear
is a
your
problem
question.
in our community?
You got to turn the microphone up. No, they can't hear the question.
you said, how is it so hard to recognize what?
That mental health illness is a problem in our community, like
I believe
stigmatism, or like
some people. I feel like there's more people pressing to keep the stigmas rather than break them. Especially, you know, within our community of Black people, they already expect, you know, men to be strong, a certain by certain definition, and as a Black man or a Black woman, they expect us to be strong by certain definition as well. And strength is like the term of beauty. Everybody kind of has their own definition of it. Me, I found, you know, like my dad was, I idolized him when I was younger, and I got my original term or my original terms and meaning of strength from him. they don't talk, they don't cry, things like that. And after, I mean, honestly, it's just been in the last couple of years that I've learned that it takes strength and courage to speak, to ask for help, you know.
Because when you try to ask for help, they make it seem like you're crazy.
Yeah, and that was my biggest fear, was seeming crazy, because it's like, especially since I didn't know too much about mental health, I didn't know a lot of people who struggle with it. Nobody really talked about it. It was like I felt foreign, like I was crazy, like I'm the only person who's dealing with this. And the more I speak out about it and I get feedback, it's like I was never the only person. I just didn't know about it, which is why I'm so open and transparent with it now, because it's like the more people, you know, and I was scared to be vulnerable. I'm not a person that likes vulnerability, and I mean that's just something that just comes from my dad. But it's something that just, I don't think about it as much anymore, because it's helping people. And it's like, if somebody looks at me, thinks I'm crazy, they think I'm weak just because of the things I've been through, how I took it, and the things that it's led me to. But well, like, I'm helping people, so it makes it worth it on my end. Like,
Yeah.
there's so much value in it.
So do you go out in public, speak about this situation that we all going through as in the Black community?
Publicly, not yet, but I do a lot of things on social media with videos. I'm starting to get on podcasts.
Oh, so you create content?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and
well, where can they find your content at? Tell them where.
At Broken Baby Apparel, at Broken Baby Stories, and at CEO Nemo. I'm actually working on a couple projects right now. I just started interviewing people, getting their stories. Some went deeper than others. I mean, I've only gotten about 4 or 5 people so far running, test runs, because I'm not like an expert interviewer or anything, but
no,
I'm figuring it out.
Yeah, practice is just like doing push-ups. It's like reps. You're only as good as many times you shoot the ball. Mm-hmm. Keep shooting the ball.
And I've gotten some really good content from it. And basically, Broken Baby Stories is just a branch of the brand where I don't want my only story. I don't want only my story to be what's heard from my brand. People that rock with the brand, people that support the brand, people that relate to it, I want to hear their stories too, and I wanted to create a platform for that. And the more people hear of other people's stories, I mean, people relate to my story, but they might relate differently to yours. They might relate differently to yours. You're gonna grab a different crowd. Yeah, and that's what it is. I don't look at it as like a lot of people. I'm a person that hates sympathy. That's another reason why I don't like speaking out, because I don't like sympathy. I'd rather have my thoughts challenged, or like if I'm going through something, I'd rather my thinking be challenged. Yeah. I don't like sympathy. So like talking
so do you think that falls in the line of the generational type of curse type of thing? That
like you don't want nobody to feel sorry for you.
Yeah, like I don't want anybody feeling sorry for me. I want them to take my testimony and
get strong,
do something with themselves. Hear what I have to say, what I've been through.
See how I overcome it.
Yeah, and a lot of people, like especially people that grow up in the hood, they grow up, less fortunate than others. They don't see a way out. They don't see that you can turn that all around. And I mean, even people like 50 Cent, you read his story, that's crazy. Yeah. Kevin Hart's story. Like, you listen to stories like that, and I mean, they're really big, and that's another reason why I didn't think my story was going to have the effect that it did. I'm not somebody with millions of followers. I'm not somebody that has a big public image, but I think that's what makes it
real.
It makes it real. And I feel like because I'm more of a normal person, that's why a lot more people listen.
It makes it real,
because it's like we're on the same level. So it's like I feel like that's another reason that people tune in a lot more now too.
So like when you started medicating yourself, was it that the doctors pushed it?
Mm-hmm. And a lot of times that's the first thing they push for. And people don't realize with medication, especially like psychologically, it's all trial and error till you find your right combination. Uh, I went through I went through probably like three, and then a couple boosts of the doses because if you start out on 10 milligrams, you'll get used to that. You gotta up it. You gotta up it. You gotta up it. Um, it's it's a constant change in chemical balance, and if you miss a pill, you know,
Right.
one day that'll mess up your chemical imbalance dramatically. Me, I didn't like how it started to make me feel, so I just took myself off of it cold turkey. You're not supposed to do that. And when I did that, that was like a real spiral. And it's I don't like the idea of medicine being the first option. There's so many different avenues you could go before that, especially if it's just depression, if it's just anxiety. I mean, everybody's kind of different. It differs from being schizophrenic or personality disorders. Like that's different. But depression and anxiety, um, there's a lot of things you can do to naturally help yourself, and a lot of it starts with mindset and the one.
Yeah, because my son's autistic. So the first thing, me working in healthcare, trusting healthcare providers, like, okay, yeah, I know that they're going to lead me to the right direction. And they put my son like, hey, first thing, we're going to start him on Concerta. That didn't work. Then they're like, okay, well, let's try Ritalin. Basically, making him a guinea pig.
Yeah.
And it was just like, okay. Then they wanted to switch him to Adderall. Like, let's try this because this is not working. Let's try Adderall. Adderall, I think, was the worst for him because once it started wearing off, he became just like a totally different person. He tried to burn my house down. He pushed my kid, his older brother, and his two younger brothers down the stairs. He tried to stab him, and it was a lot. But because I work in healthcare, I was like, I know these doctors, and I work for the same place that I'm thinking that they knew they were going to give me the right direction. But then, I have my one provider that I work with. She was like, you need to go and try just do genetic testing. That way we know what will work for him, because genetic testing is going to go and find out what will work. And I was just like, nah. After that, after he tried to burn the house down, I was just like, no, I'm not going to put him on anything. I stopped the medication. He still battles with some stuff right now. But yeah, it was hard.
When it comes to like, I know a couple people with autism. I mean, I've watched one woman raise her son with autism. One of my best friends was autistic, and my little cousin um, is autistic, and I've never heard of them being on medicine. I just know that there's a lot of different ways to, um, I guess, help them not see themselves as unable bodied, and help guide them to basically go about things as an able-bodied person. And I don't know, I don't know too much about autism, but most autistic kids I know, they're super smart. They see the world, the things that we understand, they might not, but they understand the things that we couldn't even understand. And I think that's the most amazing part about it. Like, about kids with autism, it's like people look at them like they got it. They're like, they just look at them as lower, and I'm like, those are the ones that are so much more advanced than us. They're so much smarter. It's just you gotta deal with them a little different, and you gotta handle them different because one kid I know, he was in school with us, through all the way through high school, and he was autistic, and people mess with him, and he'll play with us and stuff. But there's a line that I feel like people crossed a lot with him, and it was like his reaction. You can get him to react in a very negative way if you do certain things. Now there's playing with people like I play bully people. Like I'll mess with you, not like any like to cause any harm, but with him it's you can't do the same things that you would do to other kids. Not fully. Don't get me wrong. You don't want him to feel like you're just always being nice to him. Like you're always, I wouldn't say always being nice to him because I mean it's not like you're being mean to him, but you don't want to overly treat him.
Basically, still try to treat him like he's normal.
Yeah, basically. And some people, I feel like and I don't know how to explain it. It's just like he after high school he got in trouble, and I hated that they put this in the newspaper because in our town's really small, and it's called the Pantograph, and they not only put it in the paper but they put it on Facebook, and you got all the comments and stuff, and he did something. I don't remember what he did, but it was something with either underage photos or something like that. And I'm just like, all these people are in the comments speaking so negative. I'm not saying it's right, but nobody, not once in the Pantograph, not once on Facebook, did they put that he struggles with autism. So everybody's looking at him as some kind of just pedophile. Yeah, like just some kind of pedophile. And I'm like, no, like I grew up with this kid. He's a sweetheart. He really is. So
Didn't know that he didn't know better.
yeah, and there's a lot of things that he just didn't know better. But I mean, being around normal kids and normal able I don't like to say normal, but able-bodied kids, he's like they'll normally put them in like a different class, but he wasn't. So I feel like that helped him. And I feel like just in a lot of those cases with unable bodied and those that struggle with special needs, if you grow them treating them normal, I feel like you'll have a better outcome than
trying to treat them different. Right.
But I think it's doctors shouldn't push, because my son was like 5. Doctors shouldn't push because they're still developing. They're still, their minds are still processing stuff. And doctors should not push medication on them until they like in their teenage years.
Yeah, even with ADHD, because ADHD is so misdiagnosed. You're putting these kids on medicine, and they don't even truly have ADHD. They're just kids.
Right, just kids running around having fun. Like when we was younger, having fun, running.
Yeah, like they're supposed to have unlimited energy and then crash. Like that's just how it is. But I feel like medicine is something that should be the first thing that's pushed.
Right.
I feel like
maybe changing your diet, or hey, try this, or exercise. But for me, it was just like I was like, okay, I'm a healthcare professional. I trust these people because I know that they're gonna sit there, but not knowing that they're getting incentives to give my son the medication or anybody else. They getting paid off of it, and it's sad.
And I feel like because we pay so much, medicine is the easy route. Like even when even before I used to think like when I stopped drinking and smoking, it was like that was the easy route for me. I want to be able to, when this comes, I don't want to have to need a substance or anything. I want to be able to, chin up, chest out,
still
take this,
get sober and kick it.
Yeah, right. And I feel like since physicians are paid so much, why are they taking the easiest route? They should be invested in their profession enough to, have the proper knowledge to try other things before that, because messing with your chemical imbalance is just it's not nothing to play with, like for real, especially being somebody who's been in that position. It's like that just shouldn't be. The natural way should be the first, and I guess it just varies depending on what's going on, but the natural way should be the first option.
I lost my cousin. So my cousin lived so I'm from Washington, Seattle. My cousin, she got raped, and Just one day she just got fed up and she went into the Rite Aid and started drinking chemicals. And yeah, this shit was hard. She started drinking all kind of cleaning chemicals and shit. And it wasn't she just it was done. And once they found her, she was basically gone. She went down and started. They were like, "There's all these." She drunk bleach. She drunk I don't know what other chemicals, but it was a whole bunch of chemicals. She just went down there. But what they did was back in that time, she had a bomber jacket on.
Mm-hmm.
She had nice shoes on, and she was up in Hilltop, so it's Hilltop Crips, and they raped her, and then they got a pool stick and shoved it in her eye. And after that, she just wasn't the same no more. She was like mentally just fucked up.
Yeah.
And I think it was just so much that eventually it was just like I just can't deal with it no more. And then it comes to her son committed suicide too. He shot himself in the head, which is my cousin. So yeah, and I'm Black and Native American, so I dealt with a lot of my on my native side of family that killed themselves. So this topic is not it doesn't just deal with just black. It deals with natives, Mexicans, because we don't know how to deal with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you try to reach out, it's like you're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wish like times when like when I seen my cousin, like to me she was all smiling, but not knowing she was dealing with that really deep. And I always told my cousin like, just talk to me, what's going on? But she didn't know how to express it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this topic is really deep because we need to not feel like when we're going through something like we're crazy.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go through a lot of stuff, and I don't really know how to open up.
Mm-hmm. And I mean that's stem like it can stem like for me it stems from my dad saying the things like we're not supposed to do that.
Right.
Then when you're developing, you say we're not supposed to do that, so you never learn. You have to be taught how to speak.
Right.
That's something that no matter your age, you can.
The camera on.
Turn the camera off.
Thank you.
That's something that at any age you can kind of start to learn how to do. I mean, I'm not the best at it, honestly. I find ways to do it, but even like Jay, he was like my brother. He was my videographer. He was always high energy, always smiling, always good. And it's always those type of people. Unfortunately, that's why like one of my closest friends, he's a famous influencer. I know a lot of influencers that happiness is only on camera on social media, and I've met a lot of influencers like that. Like people idolize these people, and they're always happy on camera, and off camera they're dying inside. So I try my best to check on him because of that. And I mean I haven't seen him in a while, but his girlfriend would fill me in, like on the same thing that I just said. Like on camera he's this, but off he's just not. And when it comes to after being somebody who's attempted to take their life, you understand the opposite side.
Right.
So when Jay died, I didn't blame myself because I was always there. He knew I was always there. It was on him to come to me or not. It was on, and if he didn't know how to communicate, that's something too. But it's like being someone on both sides. It's like I chose not to come out ask for help because I felt crazy, because I felt this, because of judgment, because of that, or simply because I didn't know how to say, the things that in my head are there, but you can't figure out how to express it out loud. And it's like nobody would have been to blame for that. And it's just I feel like there's just like even with the brand, it's like you gotta. I did a video like I was telling you, like one of the story videos. And we talked about ways to figure out how to express ourselves, how to talk, how to. It's okay to ask for help, and I feel like the more you push that, and um, you'll start to see, especially starting in your own home, um, because a lot of kids when they do try and speak up, they get shot down. They get, um, you know, I can't figure out the right word, but uh, basically it's like what they have to say. Their feelings don't matter. They'll be like, they'll get in trouble.
Should get
And
put to the side, or they get ignored and neglected in some form of way.
like even when a child gets in trouble for acting out a certain way, and the parent goes about it the wrong way, how they speak to them. If the kid was to say, I don't like how you said that or something, they would be, written off by it because, who's the parent, who's the child. It's like it starts when we're young, because it's a lot harder to change when we're older.
Exactly. Me growing up, like my mom always pushed me to this way over here. I never stayed with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
My sister stayed there, but me, she would always push me somewhere else because I was too much. She put this thing. I was too much like my dad, but I didn't really have a relationship with my dad to know how am I like this person that you always tell me I'm like. I don't even know him like that. I mean, once I got older, but he was a cool person.
Mm-hmm.
But my mom was never like a hug type person. I love you. I'm proud of you. Anything. So when I had my kids, it kind of took a lot for me to be able to just like embrace like that. Because I never felt that. Never heard, she always my mom abandoned me, basically. It's hard.
And that like even with my mom, like she didn't get affection like that, but my mom's super affectionate with me.
That's the same with my mom. She didn't get that from my grandma. My grandma's Native American. My grandma used to get drunk, beat my mom, she would beat all my aunts, but my uncle, he was like the star. And I just think that brought a lot for how she did. She didn't do that to my sisters. She only did it to me. She didn't do it to my brother. She only did it to me. And it was hard. It took a lot to go and, I still tell my mom, I still love my mom. That's my mom. But it took a lot just to go and learn that I want my kids to feel that same. I might go and I look at things and be like, okay, yeah, they do stuff, but I always tell my kids I love them. I give them that hug because I don't never want them to grow up just how I grew up. That abandonment issues or making them feel like they're less than something. I'm hard on them because I want them to be great. But yeah, it was really tough, and I think that had a lot to do with me dealing with a lot of mental stuff. Trusting people, get too close. I've been molested too, so. And I didn't come out because I didn't have nobody come out to until I was like 17. So that was really hard. So I tried to shelter my boys. My kids don't really kick it with nobody. They kick it with each other because I feel like I don't want them out there in that world. My kids they ain't never been in trouble. They ain't never had no kind of anything because I want you are brothers. This is all you have, So yeah. And I think that, for me, it's a blessing for me because that's all I got is my kids.
And that honestly reminds me a lot of my mom. Like when it comes to like things she's been through, like traumatically, the only parts I know are the ones I was there for. Because my mom didn't shelter me, which I'm happy for. Like regardless of what anybody says, I'm glad I was never sheltered. I went through a lot of the things that she went through with her, but the worst of it was before me. Like, you know, um, parents and stuff like that. And I wasn't even aware of a lot of that stuff until what 22 last year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just opened my eyes a lot. Like even things about some of the people that put us through things. It's just it makes it. I never understood why. I've always loved that person. I never understood why why they could do things like that to children, their children, and stuff like that. But it knowing the backstory just is something that it's like I understand. It doesn't make it okay, and it's not an excuse, but it's a reason. And it gives me the why are you like this? Why were you like this? Why did you? And especially like parent child relationships, it's like I feel like it's important to understand that.
Yeah,
And
it's like my kids don't know my mom
yeah,
at all. So I have people that wasn't even family that embraced my kids. That's my grandkid. We're not related, but she showed, and recipe, she's gone now, but those was her grandkids. I was her daughter. She didn't have kids, but I was her daughter. Those are her grandkids, and that love was genuine. She was always in church. She always prayed for me. She prayed for my kids, and my mom gets mad when I call her my mom.
mm-hmm.
But that's my, it's a God sent mom.
Mm-hmm.
That's my kids. God sent grandma,
Mm-hmm.
because you didn't show me that. So, it's hard her not being here no more. She just passed away like last year.
Mm-hmm.
So
like a lot of our
kids was
family
close to her. So.
A lot of our family on my mom's side is kind of the same way. It's just built off of like what you could call, I guess, long-term friendships, like very long-term and tight friendships.
Right.
Like a lot of my aunts aren't my aunts. I have, grandma that's not really grandma. I have, cousins that aren't really cousins, but
Right.
that's my family, and I wouldn't see it no different. And I mean, my mom being adopted and me knowing that young, blood never made a difference with anything for me. So, I feel that a lot for sure, and I know she does too.
Oh, is this mom?
Oh yeah, that's my mom.
Okay, you got it.
That's why I look at. That's why when you was talking, I keep looking at her because I'm like a lot of things you saying.
Oh, well,
Man.
I didn't know that was mom.
You gotta go. She
Well, mother, since you're here, would you like to add? Because I know you feel a lot of things she said.
Mom
Because
was young. I didn't know that was mom.
It's funny, some of the stuff you're saying is a replica of me and what I've grown up with. It is hard as a parent when you see that your child is going through a struggle. And the funny thing is, I too initially was in the medical field before I got in the career that I've been in for 25 years. But when she was younger, I still kind of did that medical field. And we're taught to trust doctors.
Exactly.
And people did get mad at me when she very first was dealing with her mental health, the introduction of it. People did get mad at me for not seeking medical attention for her, but Ms. Hyde and I have had, or CEO Nemo, and I have had a different form of a relationship growing up. She touched on how, if a parent scolds a child and a child tells a parent, well, that didn't make me feel good. The parent's like, I'm the parent, you're the child. So I've kind of done the opposite with her. So when she said, Mom, I don't like this medication, at first I was hesitant. But then I listened to my child. Yes, my child. I listened to her because I'm not in her body. I can't speak for her. So, like, one medication made her not eat. Then they put her on something else. It made her sleepy. And then she had to put on something else to make her stay awake. And I just saw my daughter, like, go from 115 to, like, 98 pounds. And so, and I mean, she's naturally thin, but I listened to her. She said, please trust me. And at first I was hesitant because I I already broke that trust by her having to deal with mental health and cutting herself and attempted suicide. I already had her dealing with that by herself because I was a parent that was like, oh, never gonna be my child. I could be blind to it. But I went out on faith and I trusted her and we learned the coping mechanisms. Luckily, we changed her diet in the aspect she started to eat again. But when you said that, when you talked about diet, I've learned that through friends and family that have kids that are autistic or Asperger's and things like that. Diet is a huge thing, and doctors don't push that because doctors feel like that's the easy way out. I'm going to give you the hard route and push this medication so I can get this bonus or whatever the case may be. So I trusted her. I personally, blessed be, I'm one of the lucky ones. Me trusting my daughter, it only took one time. I know some parents, it takes more than one time to trust their kids or take them off the medication and change the food habits or whatever the case may be. But I did get lucky, which I'm blessed for. When we made that jump and we made that change, it's not been smooth sailing since then. And I am a hover parent still, but it did get better at that point. But I do think I am a hover parent because my parents, my adoptive parents, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here to this day. No matter what we went through, they still gave me life. And it may have been rocky, only due to things that they went through and things that they were trying to figure out in life. But I'm a parent because of what I felt like either I did or did not get from them. I reciprocated that. So I'm a hover parent to her. But the reason why they are the way they are is because of how they were parented. So you guys talked earlier about the stigma, especially in the African American, and I'll say the minority community. The stigma is it's kind of like the don't ask, don't tell. Right. Don't ask about mental health. We're not going to tell you about it because as minorities, we're kind of already looked down upon. We don't need another excuse, and people think mental health is an excuse, and it's really not. But it's just, it's honestly making the situation worse. So it's funny because some of the stuff that you said is like replaying my childhood. And so I do overdo it with her because I want her to know, and then I feel like I'm heavily involved in a lot of her friends' lives. And I want them to know, too, that they always have an outlet with myself or with her.
Neighborhood mom.
Yeah. Yeah. And so there's always somebody that you can talk to, even if you just want somebody to listen to you. Just say, I need to talk, listen, quiet, don't say nothing. Just let me basically have.
Yeah.
Yeah, just let me vent because we are losing too many in all races to mental health, and it's all because somebody always, I'll say, so we're talking about broken baby, in the parental aspect, parents always think it's never going to be their child. Parents always want their kids to be more than them, so they push their kids to do things that their kids don't necessarily want to do. I did it. I tried to force her to go to college. It's not something she wanted to do. Same situation with college. She had to come to me and say, Mom, trust me, this is not for me. Now, I trusted her, but some parents are like, no, you got to do it. And then you have all these kids, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year in college that are committing suicide because they're not living up to their parents' expectations.
Yeah, I worked at ASU.
World is too short, too short. We already got medical illnesses that are taking us out, like medical illnesses. Why allow mental illness to be another one? I mean, we as parents, we all want our kids to be Don Juan, and we all want our kids to be millionaires and CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. But in the end, what is at risk to make our kids? Why? So we can tell our friends that our kids have a mansion or have this car or have that car. And so I can go on for days, but this is the one who's taught it to me. I'm a parent that was taught by my child. And although I am one of the reasons why she has the cause and effect of mental health, one thing I always did with her as a parent, or I feel like she's been able to do, is if I cause something, come tell me. Now, originally, no, but I have learned this from her. Come tell me, because that's the only way I can help you heal, and I can heal myself and heal our relationship. I am not an embarrassed parent. I will tell you my business. I will tell you what I did right and wrong. And that's like, when she very first came out with her behind the brand, a lot of people are like, how are you letting her say that about you? I'm like, first of all, that's her story, not mine. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed of what she went through, even if I did cause it, because I'm not perfect. And that's the thing. Parents want to create this perfect image of their household and of their kids, and lo and behold, behind closed doors, that is actually causing a negative effect on their kids. So I stand behind her 100% on anything that she's technically got to say. She might have a filter sometime, and one day maybe she won't. She'll do a tell-all book. I don't know. But I'll still support her then, because I'm not that person anymore either. Now, as far as me goes, transparency, like, I didn't physically abuse her, but there is emotional and mental abuse. I was going through my own mental health, and by not dealing with my mental health, it negatively affected her. So I stand behind Broken Baby 100%, because I am a broken baby, and I'm 43 years old and just now starting to heal. I don't want that for her. I don't want her at 43 years old starting to heal, because I'm just now healing at 43. I missed a whole life. I missed a whole life. Now, granted, I wouldn't have taken this one back, but I missed a lot of the joy that I could have had with her, because I was asleep all day because of mental health, or because I was out kicking it or something like that instead of hanging out with my daughter, or because I was in my own world instead of paying attention to the things that she was going through mentally. But yeah, I stand behind Broken Baby 100%, because I might not be as, I'm intelligent, don't get me wrong, but I might not be as intelligent as she is, and that she's created herself to be. But I do know that it starts young, and if a seed is broken before it even hits soil, that plant will be broken as it grows. And we forget that. We disregard children. We disregard their cries. We tell them they whine too much. When they want to stay in and sit next to us instead of play outside with their friends, we tell them to get away from us. That's your child's cries. But once you say get away from us, that's all they're going to remember. So, yeah.
That's a blessing. That's a good testimony, So how did, has your birth parents tried to reach out to you? Is that something that you tried to?
Yeah. I've known my birth family since 2009. Now, it's actually a really funny story. One day we'll have it on a podcast. But yes, so I know my siblings, I know my mom and everything, and that's another mental health thing that was not shunned upon, just not talked about. Like, the whole adoption world is a whole nother mental health thing that people could talk about for days. But that's one of the things that I'm healing within myself now. Adoption is not wrong. I go for adoption, over anything else. But there's a way to do it, to me, gracefully. And in the 80s, because I was born in the 80s. In the 80s, nothing was graceful. They learned along the way how to do it the right way. But yeah, I'm very blessed that I found my family, and there's mental health in that in itself. Like she said, I'm transparent with her, so everything that I found out about, my birth, my adoption, everything, she knows. And sometimes people are like, "Why would you?" And I'm like, because that's her mom. She needs to know her mom's footprint. Right. But yes, I have found my adopted family, and I have a relationship with them. I am obviously the oldest of my adopted family, oldest of my birth family, but the baby of my adopted family. So it's kind of funny. So she does have aunts and uncles on both sides, something like that. So it has created a healing, a missing spot for me, but there still is that mental aspect of it, just unanswered questions that you never know if you're going to get the answers to them, to be honest. But I have to build that bridge.
So were you the only one that was put up for adoption?
Yes. Yeah.
So you kind of feel like the abandonment, like why?
Yeah. So that's the thing. People are always like, how can you feel abandoned when you were raised by a loving family? And
it's different.
I have learned that it's actually in neonatal. It's not that I wasn't wanted. My mother was just very young. Mm-hmm. So it's a psychological, again, broken baby. Mental health actually starts in the womb. Right. What a mother does while she is pregnant, or doesn't do while she's pregnant, transfers in the neonatal, transfers to that baby. And so sometimes we have babies that are born with physical conditions, mental conditions, medical conditions. A lot of that stuff is neonatal, and it's from the time of pregnancy. And um, no disrespect, to teen pregnancy, but that's why teens were not ready to have babies because our bodies aren't ready for it. And my mother was 13 when she had me, so um, I there's a lot to unpack that I'm still trying to learn how to unpack myself. But abandonment has such a bad stigma on it, and it's not always a bad thing. Do I feel abandoned? I think every adoptee feels abandoned, but it's not a bad abandonment. It's just abandonment as far as getting questions answered. And sometimes they're not going to be answered because trying to get them answered is a trigger in itself for somebody else potentially. Um, but I don't feel abandoned like she didn't want me or whatever the case may be. I just think it wasn't, in her situation, it was the best thing to do. Was to, and like I said, I was one of the lucky ones. I didn't sit in a foster care. I didn't sit in a group home. I was adopted by my parents that raised me.
After
So-
2 years, right? After 2 years.
Well, first I was 6 months in foster. Well, I was at the same foster home for 6 months, but the intention from birth was adoption. It's just back in the 80s, it wasn't as streamlined as it is now. So, but my foster mom, I guess, had constant communication with my adoptive parents. So, kind of, it was really from birth, but it's just like licensing back then, and she said the pangraph is our paper. We had to put publications in the paper and all that stuff. So I was in a foster home for 6 months, but after that I was with my parents that adopted me and been to this day. My parents. But yes, I do still feel abandoned. But it's, like I said, it's not the situation like somebody who was raised a little bit by their parents and then got taken away by DCFS or CPS. That's a whole different abandonment feeling than what I feel. So
That's a blessing. Appreciate your testimony.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that with us because it gives a different insight, and shit, and a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? And like she was saying, broken babies, man. That is a hell of a concept because there's a lot of broken babies out here, and we don't ever talk about it. We all walk around like we're strong. We all walk around like nothing's wrong. And deep inside, man, motherfuckers walk around here fucked up.
It's in it all.
You know what I'm saying? That shit. We overcome it. We try to smile through a lot of. I laugh a lot of times and shit. That's why I don't know. That's my way of deflecting a lot of things. I guess I be laughing and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, what can you do? Fuck it. Smile. Try to produce a smile out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because we will overcome. But we can overcome it. Things that try to set us back and things that have had some negative impact on our lives and shit. You know what I'm saying? We could overcome all of that shit. That shit don't have to be the stamp on our lives and stuff. It could be, it can actually be the inspiration. You know what I'm saying? We could use it as the reason why. It's the motivation, the inspiration, and the motivation to push further and push harder for not only ourselves, our kids, and other people that we love in our lives. And
I think it would be a blessing for you guys to go to like group homes and stuff like that, to go and reach out to these younger kids, that because you guys both been through that, and a lot of times they don't have people that they can lean on to even hear the story like your guys's. You know?
And one, like what Shia had said, she's normal. She's not a suit and tie. She's not a long white coat with doctor or PhD behind her name. And so I feel like a lot of people have related to her better because of that. Now she's professional and she's informative and she has, her facts and her story, But I just feel like the younger generation that has, because I read her comments too, and so the younger generation, they're always just like, I felt that. And I think it's because she's not a textbook, she's just experience related. Yeah.
Yeah, she's real.
Yeah.
And she looks like them. When you get somebody that looks familiar, like, hold up, man, that happened to her. Hold up, that looks like somebody like me. So she going through that too. Damn, that makes somebody else want to open up. Like, damn, I went through that shit too. You too, then yeah, but well, shit.
And
Another person come out.
I find too that it's a lot easier for people that don't know how to open up when they can relate to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if they feel like you just wouldn't understand, they're not even gonna.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, they gonna keep it in the dark. That's gonna be in one of them skeletons that don't ever come out.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody understand it. Motherfucker gonna keep that shit hidden.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna have to dig that motherfucker up. That motherfucker fall out the closet like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way that coming out the closet. Shit. Some people, man, they skeletons be deep. You know what I'm saying? And based on how bad they skeletons could be, and shit could be the worst of the situations and shit. People that turn into some of these people into serial killers, straight up rapists, motherfucker pedophiles, and all kinds of crazy motherfuckers floating around this motherfucker.
I believe it starts young, going out there, just let them know that they have somebody that they can talk to, will direct them in a whole different path. Because these kids nowadays, they don't got a lot of people that will just listen to them.
Yeah.
You know, everybody, especially after COVID, everything just became so different. Everybody's dealing with their own mental. I believe a lot of people became have more mental illness now versus back then. I think that it's a lot of stuff. Because you had to go from, you used to go outside, you was able to go outside, to now, oh, we're in the house.
Yeah.
And we can't go outside, we have to wear masks. It was total change. Even with my kids, it's just like, they became a little bit different, you know. Not in a bad way, just like it's just not the same. They didn't want to go outside. School became like, I don't even want to go to school because you got to worry about either shootings or I got to wear a mask. I don't feel comfortable. So, Mama, are we going to get COVID? Because it was putting all on the news that you could die. So let's stay home today, Mom. I'm sick. I don't want to go home. I don't want to go to school. It's just like, okay.
And I started having the TV getting cut off in my house at that time. Like, nigga, stop. No, we're not watching the news and it's out.
Because it was psychologically
a bearer of bad news, man. Trying to scare the whole house and shit. And then later, gonna put on another show. Nigga, you done scared the whole motherfucking house. Now you want to play some motherfucking regular ass show.
Right now you can go outside with no mask. It's like, no.
Right.
So, yeah.
The little outlets that kids did have pre-COVID got shut down during COVID, and pulling them back up after COVID has been like
Boys and Girls Club got shut down all the funding where they can go out. You know, my kids was going to the Boys and Girls Club all the time. It's just like, no, that's cut off. Yeah. Oh, we can't go here. We can't go to the park. You got to stay in the house. And that was a lot on them too, that developed like that mental type of thing too, because they felt, oh, it's just me in the house. And then like their friends can't come over no more.
Yeah, we can't go nowhere.
Everybody was like,
they're never going to be the same. I mean, as small as it is, even seniors that were supposed to graduate that year.
That messed them up.
It messed their graduation, messed their prom.
Yeah.
And we know some that it may be something small to us, but it's a passage, it's a rite of passage that they missed. Mm-hmm. So that is going to have a permanent mental effect on them.
Yeah.
And as parents, some parents are like, oh girl, it's just you walking across the stage. It's more than that. It's a rite of passage that you have to have. And I would have thought, some schools actually did, I would have thought more schools would have had a makeup. Like the next
Right.
They
Allow
should
them
have
to walk
allowed
the
them to
stage.
still walk the stage with all their parents.
Yeah, especially if they earned it.
You don't have to pay for this Coliseum or this auditorium.
Right.
We're gonna make it happen. But no, they didn't do that.
That would have been a classy thing to do too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like my school did like a drive-through graduation. But like, yeah, it did drive-through graduation.
Oh wow, that's wow, that's crazy. I never heard that. A drive-through graduation.
Yep.
All right. Pull up. You had the diploma. Yeah.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
was crafty, but it wasn't the same. So I still felt like they should have.
Change.
Yeah, because they did it alphabetically and only certain alphabets at a time. You know, you didn't have that whole gym auditorium.
Right. You didn't hear the people cheering.
So yeah.
Get the pictures.
Exactly.
Yes, you know what I'm saying. And for kids with that, you know, when you graduate, that's important.
Yeah.
Especially for the parents.
Yeah.
I think it's more for the parents than it is for the kids.
We want to scream and shout.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because that's one thing that I could say I did for my mom. I gave her that diploma because she said none of her kids did that. So when I got the diploma, I gave it to my mom, and I haven't seen the motherfucker since.
To be honest, I think I might have hers too.
yeah, my mom keep everything. I don't get nothing. Yearbooks, diplomas, school pictures.
That's hers. It was for my mom. It was a respect of our last name and our family, and respect of what my mother taught us and stuff. Let make my mom not feel like she was a failure for how she raised us. You know what I'm saying? And a way for her to pop her collar, like, you know what I'm saying? You did a good job. Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah.
That should matter to moms and shit, especially single moms and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're raising boys and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, damn, I can't teach them how to be a man, but I could teach him some stuff some values that he can carry that allow him to be strong. You know what I'm saying? So, like, damn, mom, for a mom to try to raise a boy, it's a hard thing and stuff, especially by herself and stuff.
And I got four.
Man, I tell you, I don't even.
I'm sorry.
I was one and done apparently for a reason. This one she was decent to raise though. But more than if I had four of her, woo. I can bend. One of my sisters has four. I can bend her. Actually, all my sisters have four.
My mom had four. My mom had 3 boys and a girl. So that's one thing my sister then after she had protection. She was the youngest, but she's protected in a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For my mom to raise 3 boys and stuff, you know what I'm saying? My oldest brother, he always got a hard and stuff because he was the oldest. And my mom would. Yeah, sometimes we feel sorry for my brother because he always had to take it harder. He took it harder than a lot of us and shit because he was the oldest. He always, if we fucked up, that went on him. Everything went on him. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
He's supposed to be watching y'all.
Yeah, you ain't you the oldest. That was always the reason. You the oldest. So shit, you supposed to keep shit in order, even if it came to a point where he had to beat one of us up, nigga. Now you don't hit none of my kids now. Shit. You're supposed to be responsible for them, but nigga, you can't hit none of these kids now either, too. So nigga, you in trouble regardless. Shit. So I felt sorry for my brother and stuff. He always was. He had to be responsible at a young age, and I think that's what made him mature. Now he was maturer than us. Now he made him be the man that he became. Now my mom was so hard on him and stuff at a young age. She beat the thug out of him. She beat that shit out of him. My brother's not a thug no more. Hey, shit, but he started off real thug because he was breaking their houses, all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? And banging it. And shit, about the time my mama got done with him and shit, he's a family man and you know what I'm saying? He has grandchildren on the way now and he's married and happy and shit and my mom's proud of my brother. You know what I'm saying? He became something and shit, you know what I'm saying? And it was a hard thing to that stir my brother to the right direction and shit. And shit. My brother was attracted to a lot of things out here, jacking cars and shit. You know what I'm saying? The way we grew up and shit. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't easy and shit. For my mom to raise trying to raise a man, a boy to a man and shit, and feel like she had to even chastise him in a certain type of way. Like, man, I gotta beat you up. I gotta do the stuff your daddy ain't here to do. Like, I gotta beat you up and make you understand that, nigga. Even though you bigger than me, nigga, I'm still your motherfucking mama, nigga. Shit, there's a pecking order in this house still. You know what I'm saying? Shit, don't matter how big you is, nigga. I'm still your mama. You still gotta listen to me. And shit, and I always know that, you know what I'm saying, to be able to have that stirred my brother straight one way or another. Eventually, he started hearing them voices. You know what I'm saying? And it stirred on to the right way and shit.
What type of message would you give to somebody that's out here that want direction? What kind of positive message that you have for them that might be tuning in?
You can't control a lot of the things you were brought into when you were brought into this world. You can't control your parents, who they are, the things they do, how they treat you, your family treats you. You can't control your surroundings, especially up to a certain age. But also at a certain age is when you have a choice to be in control, and you have the ability to be in control of who you are more so. And then, like, especially when it comes to things you went through as a child, it's important to deal with those things as soon as you can, because that's a journey in itself. And the sooner you start, the better you are.
Yeah.
But it's also something that it's never too late to start either.
It's never too late to start. Let me get my camera turned to me now. Oh man, well, this show got deeper than I thought it would get. It did. I didn't know what direction this story was gonna go. I know you had the broken babies, but my guy my guy Reese. This show was scheduled for him, so he had to do the research on the show. But he's on, you know what I'm saying. He had an on call and stuff to go to work and stuff. So you know what I'm saying. We had to figure it out. So I had to figure it out real quick and stuff. I haven't, you know what I'm saying. I didn't get a chance to do my research on it. But I knew that you had this by the name of your brand, Broken Babies, and I knew that you was coming to talk about mental health. And it is intriguing how advanced you are at your age. It is. It is a very intriguing how advanced you are at your age. You're very knowledgeable. You know what you're talking about. You know what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So. You say you have your where can they find your brand again?
Social medias are at Broken Baby Apparel. Website www.shopbrokenbabyapparel.com. I share a lot of things on my personal as well at CEO Nemo. That's on all platforms as well. And yeah, you can follow at Broken Baby Stories as well. We have a lot of things coming with that as well. So yeah, definitely tap in.
Broken Baby Stories. And that's where they can buy your brand right there, your sweaters as well, huh?
Yeah.
You selling those hats as well?
Not yet. I gotta get them in, but yeah, I'm wearing them now, so people start seeing them. So yeah.
Go ahead and take the hoodie off one time. Go ahead and flex on one time. Shit, let me see the hat. Yeah.
We got our new trademark slogan on the back, the official uniform of survivors. That we all have a story to tell on the side, and Broken Baby on the front.
Yeah, get up and model the sweater real quick. I'm gonna hold the camera for you. I'm gonna get you right. Oh shit. All right, let's see.
This one you got Broken Baby Apparel on the front. Our new trademark slogan, the official uniform of survivors. We have from one survivor to another on the sleeve. We all have a story to tell on the other. And on the back, I'm promoting, trying to make being about your mental health as cool as getting money. So be about your wealth and your mental health.
I heard that. Damn. And you created this design on yourself?
Yep.
Hell yeah. You are very dope. Your design is definitely something that needs to be spoke about in the black community. It definitely can help a lot of people speak about these things and stuff and create awareness.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it matters, the awareness.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We need to have the awareness of these things because these are things that a lot of people, we be just blowing off. You know what I'm saying? We think we tough.
Yep.
We a hard nation. We like Spartans. Yeah, we tough.
Yeah.
Black people is we tough. We raw. You know what I'm saying? So we be like, man, we ain't trying to fan that shit off, acting like that shit don't fade you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's how we be acting like, man, that shit ain't funny. That shit ain't fucking with me. That shit ain't seeing me. You know what I'm saying? That can't fade me. You know what I'm saying? But deep inside, everybody got that dark night, and somebody got every night. Everybody got that night. You got to lay in the bed by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it might catch up to you.
Mm-hmm. It does.
And catch up to you on the way to work somewhere. You might be driving by yourself somewhere and just creep up on that ass, you know. Yeah. Oh man, we riding around sore and we riding around hurt. I didn't realize how hurt people was until I finally lost my brother. I mean, I lost people in my life before that mattered to me. But losing my brother was so close to home. It's like you lose the person you play in a room with. That's different. That hurts. That's a different type of pain. It's like, damn, that's the guy I play in a room with. That's the person you know what I'm saying? We fight for each other. We fight each other. You know what I'm saying? I love that guy. You know what I'm saying? You lose the person you play in the room with. It's a different hurt. It hurts a lot. You know what I'm saying? So to feel that type of pain and to know that people feel that same type of pain for somebody that they've lost. To know that somebody can feel that same type of pain that I walk around with. I know that a lot of people walk around here fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And we cover it up and shit. We smile, we keep on working, we try to do shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we don't have to think about it, but if that's only just so we don't have time to think about it. You know what I'm saying? If you have time to sit down and start to think, then it start catching up to you. It still hurts the exact same as it did the first day that it started hurting. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, they ain't never went nowhere. Like, damn, you thought you was really hurt. You thought you was healed from it and shit. And the thing was, you just been so busy that it ain't caught up to you yet.
No, that's true. Sure.
Shit, man, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Sure, yeah.
I know we've been here for 2 hours and 20, almost 2 hours and 30 minutes. We went out, man. Broken Baby. I definitely remember their name now, and it's for all the broken babies out there. Go ahead and give them a shout out. Do you got any shout outs to anybody?
Just my mom, my aunt, my family, everybody back home. We going up.
All right, and you can tell them one more time where they can find you at.
You can follow my socials at Broken Baby Apparel, at Broken Baby Stories, at CEO Name Mo, and go ahead and shop. Grab you something from our online store at shopbrokenbabyapparel.com.
All right, thank you for coming through our show. We're gonna end off on one of your videos and ride out in the sunset. This is Broken Baby, y'all. Y'all tapped in. Thank y'all for tapping in and staying tapped in with us. One love.
Hey, turn that bitch up, Glory.
This guy forgot about leap year.
Would you guys be in on Broken Baby Stories? Doing that episode?
Paranoid to get my heart out, I don't believe it when they say that of me. I know most these bitches only look my way cause I got money. Missing out on real love, yeah, I know I could be like a dummy, but at least know I could dummy. Broken heart still in recovery. I had this little bitch, this stupid hoe, thought she she could play me. I know what you did, you tried to hide it, call me crazy. But you really only play yourself, was good treating you like a lady. Could've done you like a hoe, but that ain't how my mama raised me. So now I know not to get my heart out, cause these bitches don't love you. They come in and out, but no, I won't let a hoe distract me from my vision. Now I'm living tryna bum my house and put my daddy in a rage. You been through a lot of shit, I'm tryna give this fun a thing. See my mama quit her job and put a smile on her face. The only woman in my life, I know I got through anything. They tryna stop me from winning and I'm still trying to prevail. I know it's niggas in my circle that wanna see me fail. I'ma go up, leave him hanging, let them watch give a hell. If I took him with me, they try make me sick when I sell. Got some niggas in the grave and some that's sitting in jail. Pray for my brother before I sleep, he lose his life, I raise hell. I lost a lot of shit already, even including myself. I never force someone to fuck with me, real love ain't compelled. I'm tryna stack up so much money that I'm rich up in my next life. I can't cuss no hoe, so I just keep them for my sad side. I don't even see because the bed ain't with a bread. Like, see, I'm tryna get to it cause I never know my deadline. And when I get to where I want it, don't be tryna hit my cell line. Niggas gon' be pressed because they watching from the sidelines. I can't even trust some niggas that come from my bloodline. I can only name a few who been with me through my I've been surviving for too long, and I just wanna live my life. I don't wanna struggle no more, so I gotta make it right. I don't wanna have to see another of my losers life, because the streets they be so hectic. It's a fight to stay alive.
Thank y'all for tapping into the show tonight. Man, it's been a blessing. Sticc Hyde. Right now with my guy Jay Reese. Man, we the winners. Y'all the motherfucking losers.
Sometimes you just gotta be mindful what you say. And when you say something, you gotta stand on your word and never hold your hand. We don't talk that gangsta talk, man, we do. Stand on your word, don't hide your hand, we'll make you prove. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers. We don't talk that gangsta talk, man, we do. Stand on your word, don't hide your hand, we'll make you prove. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers. Broad daylight, still acting. Speaking for the members of the cactus. We really put switches on these hammers. We don't talk, we do the dirty, evade the slam. Talking heavy, only show on where your move is. Words dancing on your tongue with no movement. We don't talk that gangsta talk, we make you prove it. I'm from the block, you know I keep a couple shooters. Open to the block, him, get a roof.
The nightmare on Elm Street, I think I'm pretty cool.
I could kill him in my sleep, man, so who ready to lose? Yeah, so who ready to lose? We don't talk that gangsta talk, man, we do. Stand on your word, don't hide your hand, we'll make you prove. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers. We don't talk that gangsta talk, man, we do. Stand on your word, don't hide your hand, we'll make you prove. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers.
It's a new year and I'm tired of shit. 2024, sitting at the top of the pick. No more talking. Yup, I'm big body and shit. Hot topic if you want, and I'm lining your shit. Clip barred up, yup, send the baddest at this. Took a couple L's, so I decided to flip. Heard what y'all said, so I got disrespectful as shit. For anybody stepping for the W, I'm taking that shit. 718, yup, the shit on my hip. And then these such shit, Miss B, yup, she off of your tip. Can't get how you choose them. Brooklyn Bree, keep it moving. Piff in the air, whip on auto movement.
We don't talk that gangsta talk, man, we do. Stand on your word, don't hide your hand, we'll make you prove. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers. We don't talk that gangster talk, man, we do. Stand on your word, don't hide your head, we'll make you prove. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers. Claiming y'all the winners, y'all the losers.
You're tuning into the best in the West. Real Rydaz Only Radio. Thank you for tuning in live with OG Sticc Hyde on Real Rydaz Only Radio.